the starters for Utah. They've got Sviatoslav Mikhailuk, Bailey out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's George, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, down low. And for the Hornets, Ball and Miller at the 1 and the 2. Miles Bridges is out there with Knippel. And not too often we see a matchup like this one. Both of these teams are elite when it comes to cleaning the glass, Graham.
Yeah, BA, and that's why I expect this to get physical around the rim, which will put the endurance of these teams' rebounders to the test.
Here's Knippel. Back to Ball from downtown. Rebounded by Nurkic. Here's Utah. Here's Bailey. And Nurkic with the bucket on the assist by Bailey.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
Ball against George. Ball into the lane. And Miller good for 3.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Now George. Pass to Mikhailuk. Inside. Here's Markkanen. And he buries his first look.
Yeah, he's not just a perimeter shooter. Markkanen will take it right at you.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Charles Lee. We talked about Lauri Markkanen, and I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight. And he said, we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Back to you guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Now here's George. Nurkic passes to George. Six to shoot. Three-pointer. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a three-point play here. Going to the line for 1. Will grant a wrist injury, hampered Brandon Miller in year 2. Good to have him back in action, though.
Yeah, the number 2 pick in 2023. I mean, the future still bright for Miller. And he'll have every opportunity to fulfill his immense potential.
One shot.
And this is year 2 for Coach Charles Lee at the helm of the Hornets, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., a long-time assistant. He knocked on plenty of doors before finally securing the lead role. And that determination to break through, something he's looking to impart to his young roster. A potent weapon in Bailey's arsenal, the ability to look good shooting the jumper from just about anywhere.
Back to Ball. Tries the spin move. Converts after the nice spin.
Wow, did I just see that? I mean, LaMelo with the artful dribble.
It's George on the wing. Hounded by Ball. There's a screen by Nurkic. The 3, George. Miller pulls it in. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. To the inside. Utah grabs the miss. Oh, there's the alley. And Markkanen with the stuff.
Markkanen showing his athleticism, soaring to hammer home the alley-oop.
Here's Knippel. Ball right side. It's rebounded by George.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Fires it from 18. Markkanen misses.
I mean, that's the shot to take. He just couldn't get it to go.
Bridges passes to Miller. And here's Knippel from the arc. The rebound by Markkanen. Utah has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Mikhailuk, guarded by Miller. Kicks it to George. Markkanen with a screen on Ball. Here's George. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Pass to Knippel. Back to ball. Can't connect from short range. For Utah, they've gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. It's intercepted. In transition. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Yeah, nice quick transition play from Ball. Getting out ahead of the defense and converting on the fast break.
George passes to Bailey. Here's Mikhailuk, guarded by Miller. Pass to Bailey. Utah moving the ball around. Clock at 4. George for 3. Ooh, excellent D there from Ball. The Hornets with a lead. Down low. And stolen by Markkanen. Fast break Utah. Here's Mikhailuk. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Such great stuff by Markkanen, using his length to start that fast break.
Charlotte has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Ball passes to Bridges. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's George. No points yet. Pass to Mikhailuk. Back to George. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Oh, the big man, Nurkic, from super close range.
So it's the Hornets now. Ball outside. Now Bridges. And the layup is good off the glass.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Utah trailing here. George passes to Markkanen. Here's Mikhailuk. Pass to Bailey. Fires from deep. Nails it from beyond the arc. Bailey's got 5 points.
Well, a good idea to set up Bailey. He's got that high release. He's such an exciting young player.
And here's Bridges. This one for 3. Fires in the triple.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
For Utah, they've gotten 7 of their first 12 shots to go. George passes to Mikhailuk. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Bailey. Over Knipple. Bailey's shot is off. Ball left side. Back to Bridges. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
It's very difficult to slow him down defensively, especially when you have communication problems.
Jazz trail by 4. Pass to Mikhailuk. Back to George. And he lobs it up. And the ball out of play. The Hornets will have it.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
And Charlotte making a change here. Hornets leading by 4. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Pass to Diabate. Oh, he used that pick to get in close.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight, turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
And a contract extension this summer for Jazz head coach Will Hardy.
Well, one of the youngest head coaches in the league. He has the respect of all of the other head coaches. He's part of that Spurs coaching tree, and his extension runs through 2031, which is a nice commitment from the Jazz.
Clock at 6. George passes to Bailey. And another miss by Utah. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. They lead by 7. Soft touch off the glass. Ball's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, inside Ball has to rely on his agility. That's how he finds his way to close-range looks.
Utah's gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So for the Hornets, Plumlee's checked in for Salon. McNeely comes in for Miller. And James is subbed in for LaMelo Ball. Then for Utah, Sensabaugh comes in for Bailey. And it's Collier in for Mikhailuk. And it's Utah with the ball. They trail by 9. Utah moving the ball around. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. A shot to stop the run. And he buries his first look.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Charlotte has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. And there's the call on Yusuf Nurkic. That's foul number 2 for him. The Hornets making a switch here. Salon's checked in. Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. Here's Salon. It's guarded by Markkanen. James, a screen on George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. James, outside. Here's McNeely. The rebound by Filipowski. Jazz trail by 6. George passes to Markkanen. Here's Sensabaugh. Markkanen sets a screen. It's Markkanen on the wing. Pass to Sensabaugh. For 3, Collier. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Here's McNeely. No made baskets yet. To the middle. George's shot is off.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Sexton misses.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Pass to Collier. Here's Sensabaugh. Check by Sexton. Here we go, 1-on-1. Here's Salon. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
When you get a chance to run the floor like that, you have to capitalize. Great hustle on that play.
Jazz trail by 8. A minute 20 left to play in the first. It's Markkanen on the wing. The Jazz again can't hit. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you, B.A. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Back to you, Brian.
That's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Now here's Markkanen. Shot clock at 6. For 3, George. Ooh, can't get it to fall. 0 for 6 now. Charlotte leading by 8. Sexton with it. Guarded now by George. Pass to James. Back to Sexton. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's George. An easy 2 on the layup.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Taking a look at the Hornets' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
Knipple out there with McNeely. Then there's Colin Sexton. Then there's James. And it's Diabate in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hornets. So it's Utah now. 8-point game. Pass to Love. To the wing on the left. Here's Collier. Check by Sexton. Love the open look. The Hornets pull it in.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Down low. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Nice pass by Sexton there. I like when he looks to set up his teammates.
Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Here's Collier. Outside Love. From outside the arc. And another miss by Utah. Here's Knipple. Pass to Diabate. Now Sexton. To the paint. Here's Knipple. Clock is at 3. From 20 feet. They grab their own miss. And there's James from the arc. Here's Diabate. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Diabate's got 6 here in the quarter. Jazz trail by 12. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's Sensabaugh. Check by James. Pass to Collier. From the top of the key. Rebounded by McNeely. Charlotte leading by 12. Here's Knipple. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. They set the screen. Outside Sexton. Back to James. Here's Diabate. The 3 from Sexton. The rebound by Filipowski. Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. What you appreciate about Colin Sexton, he's very team-minded offensively, Coach.
Yeah, he sees the big picture, works hard to make smart plays. Sometimes it's a pass, and other times, Brian, it's finishing the possession.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Here's Sexton. Six on the shot clock. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. And here's Knipple from the arc. Utah grabs the miss. Pass to Collier. Now Love. Love, a screen on James. And they call an illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to talk it over with his guys. LaMelo Ball, he's checked in for Charlotte. Then for Utah, Markkanen's checked in for Love. Bailey comes in for Hendricks. And Mikhailuk subbed in for Sensabaugh. Charlotte leading by 10. Outside Sexton. here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. There's the steal. Here's Bailey. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And a play like this has to make you excited for Bailey's future. If he's able to add more muscle, he's going to be tough to contain.
All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Thanks. Well, Ace Bailey's draft journey was highly scrutinized, and it wasn't just his height, but at the combine he measured over 2 inches shorter than he'd been listed in college. Rather, his refusal to work out for any team surprised a lot of folks and executives around the league. But it didn't scare off the Jazz, who selected him 5th overall.
Not everyone can shoot like him. Thank you very much for the report, Shams. Now here's Sexton. Yet to see a basket. It doesn't go for him. Here's Collier. Utah moving the ball around. Here's Bailey, guarded by Miller. Markkanen, pass to Bailey. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. Needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
First one falls. Well, most NBA teams run their offense through their star player. But, Grant, that can leave a team vulnerable when that player has an off night.
You know, in a strange way, it's almost better if your star is out of the game. I know that sounds weird, but those complementary players get increased opportunities and are emboldened to do more. Yeah, a versatile scorer and intimidating defender. Ace Bailey's confidence and length are why he went in the top 5.
Jazz trail by 6. Pass to Collier. Here's Bailey. He's got 9. Throws it up high. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Markkanen.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Miles Bridges checked in for Sexton. And here's Charlotte now. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Pass to Bridges. Shot clock at 6. To stop the drought. That's good on the jumper. Bridges has got 9. Here's Collier. Pass to Bailey. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, that's what Bailey has to get used to as a rookie. Plenty of rugged defense when he brings it inside.
Utah shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. That free throw no good. The Hornets making a switch here. He sinks the second, and over the 5 decades of the Jazz franchise history, almost half of those years they were coached by the great Jerry Sloan.
Well, the Jazz were a team that took on Jerry Sloan's toughness and a willingness to fight at all times. Those days are in the past, but they still echo in Utah.
Ooh, an aggressive move, takes it strong, and there's no help defensively.
To the wing, right side, and here's Bailey for 3. And another miss by Utah. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. They held a 12-point lead earlier, so it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Charlotte shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. First one falls for him. A different look here for Utah. Filipowski comes in for Jusuf Nurkic, and it's George in for Collier. He's perfect from the line this time. Jazz trail by 11. George outside. Now here's Filipowski. He's guarded closely. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Five to shoot. Here's George. And another miss by Utah.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
Bridges feeling it out a little bit. George against ball. LaMelo working inside.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Marketing for three. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
Well, Markkanen keeps the defense off balance with the quick trigger.
Pass the ball. Lets it go from the wing. Rebounded by Mikhailuk.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Filipowski, the pass to Bailey. Utah moving the ball around. The shot by Mikhailuk, no good. Hornets leading by 10. Inside. Knipple, no good. Utah has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Pass to Filipowski. And he converts the layup. Filipowski's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Here's Ball. 10 points for him. And Charles Lee wants a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. The Hornets making a switch here. Diabate's checked in. To the inside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
Jazz trail by 10. Here's Filipowski. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
And so it's Charlotte with it, following the bucket by Utah. 6 to shoot. Ball passes to Bridges. Launches it. The rebound by Markkanen. Utah shooting just 38% in this quarter. To the paint. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Diabate's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Ball against George. And Ball gets it to go.
I like how aggressive LaMelo has been tonight. I mean, just looking for his shot consistently.
Utah with the ball. Trailing by 10. Pass to Mikhailuk. Now Filipowski. Now here's Markkanen. Shoots from 12. The shot by Filipowski, no good. Charlotte is shooting 47% so far in the second. The kick out to Ball. Ball cashes one in from distance.
Always eager to find a bucket. Ball drops into his shot immediately.
Jazz trail by 13. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Fades. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Misses the three.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
George, right side. Markkanen, the pass to Bailey. Back to Markkanen. Shot clock at 5. George for 3, and it's in. Only 2 for 9, though.
A lot of confidence from George shooting the 3 early in his career.
Miller outside. Back to Ball. Pass to Bridges. The 3 is up. Utah grabs the miss. Mikhailuk's got 4 rebounds now. To the middle. Ball with a steal. Ball's doubled. And here's Miller. Now Bridges. Down low. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. George. Got it. That bucket makes him just 3 for 10.
And just muscling it in. George, very aggressive.
Now here's Ball. 15 points in the game. And Miller the bucket on the assist by Ball. Ball's got assist number 5 here tonight. LaMelo Ball getting it done for the Hornets. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. More 2K action in just a moment. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Here's George. Kicking off the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's Sviatoslav Mikhailuk. Then it's Bailey. And it's George in at the point.
Good looks from Bailey. You'd like to see him dish it a little more at this level than he did in college.
Charlotte leading by 11. And here's Ball. There's the 3. Rebounded by Nurkic. Here's Bailey, hounded by Ball. Ooh, they pick off the pass. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. The Hornets are trying to create a winning environment. Coach Charles Lee said, quote, "We know this is a young team, so I want culture enhancers who help us build with their hard work and creativity. Having that energy coming into the building every day is the most important thing." Brian, back to you.
Looking to set the standard. Allie, thank you. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Utah. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Inside, here's Nurkic. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 6 assists in the game. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. It's guarded by Markkanen. Pass to Bridges. It's stolen by Nurkic. Here's Bailey. 10 points for him. Here's Mikhailuk. Guarded by Miller. Here's Bailey. 5 on the clock. Now George. Mikhailuk. The pass to Nurkic. Here's Bailey. Can't hit from the elbow.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Now here's Bridges. 9 points in the game. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Nifty move. Bailey's shot is off. Charlotte leading by 9. Ball passes to Miller. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass. 11 points for Brandon Miller.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
Markkanen outside. Here's Mikhailuk. Gets the 3 ball to go. Mikhailuk's got 5.
Defensively, if you're going to disrupt his rhythm, you have to put more pressure on him.
Defended by Nurkic. Pass to Knippel. Clock at 6. Ball outside. Shoots over George. Ball no good. Jazz trail by 8. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Fires top of the key. Again, Utah good for 2.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's Ball. He's got 15. Launches a 3. That shot no good. The Jazz have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. And you think back, not many point guards have combined the vision with the frame of LaMelo Ball.
I mean, he's 6'7" or even taller. You think about it, it's just a short list. You think of Luka Doncic, Penny Hardaway, Magic Johnson. That combination of size and court awareness is hard to stop.
Here's Bridges following the bucket by the Jazz. Pass to Miller. From the baseline. Yes, on the jumper. Miller's gotten 4 this quarter. Jazz trail by 6. Now Nurkic. Bailey, the pass to George. Again, Utah good for 2.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
There's a screen by Nurkic. Offensive rebound. Deflected. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Miller. And it's Utah with the ball. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Just 5 to shoot. Nurkic, a screen on Ball. For 3, George hits the trifecta. George has got 14 points for the game.
Easy to see the kind of impact George is going to have in this league. Already so productive.
George against Ball. a strong finish from Ball.
And I love how Ball will fight for it, getting around that inside physicality.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. To the middle. Here's Bailey. And he bangs it home with one hand.
A big-time slam right there by Bailey. You know, good to see this young man play with such authority.
The Hornets have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Some nice passing by Charlotte here. Pass to Ball. From deep. Knocks down the long J. Ball's got 20.
He's never going to pass up that shot. The defense giving him way too much room.
Here's Bailey. He's got 12. To the inside. Just 5 on the clock. Yep, that one's good. Nurkic just got 8 here in this quarter.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
Diabate's checked in for Charlotte. Utah's gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. George passes to Filipowski. Nurkic inside. Blocked! And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Oh my, and that was textbook defense, positioning himself well to send it back.
Filipowski, the pass to Bailey. George outside. 4 on the clock. For the lead. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Ball with it. 20 points for him. Pass to Knipple. No good with the triple.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Here's Bailey. He's got 12. And here's George. For the tie. Can't tie it up. That one misses. Charlotte has gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the third. The shots just aren't falling. Floats one up. Phenomenal focus by Ball.
What a gentle shot by Ball. Not overpowering with his release.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Both teams will make substitutions. And so it's Utah with it. 4-point game. Pass to Filipowski. Back to George. Here's Mikhailuk. Bailey, the pass to Mikhailuk. 6 to shoot. The 3. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. It's James on the wing. Still no points. Pass to McNeely. Now here is James. Over to the left wing. The 3 from Ball. Knocks down the triple. And now it's a 7-point Charlotte lead.
Fearless from beyond the arc. LaMelo has unlimited range and tremendous confidence.
Back to George. baseline J is on the way. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got rebound number 8 now. Here's ball. The rebound by the Jazz. Mikhailuk's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Bailey. Here's Mikhailuk. Filipowski in the post. Checked by Sexton. Good on the shot. Filipowski's got 8 points.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Sexton against George. Sexton looking around. Over George. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Mr. Bunny. Those are the shots you've got to convert.
We've got 1:13 left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Bailey. Pass to Mikhailuk. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. George's shot is off.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
The playmaking ability of Ball. So crafty and skilled at finding his guys.
Jazz trail by 7. Here's Mikhailuk. Back to George. Pass to Bailey. The 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. McNeely's got 4 rebounds in the game. Back to Ball. Here's the 3. The shot's good on the assist by James. And now a 10-point Hornet lead.
Sweet shot right there from Ball. A multi-talented offensive weapon.
Here's Mikhailuk. Pounded by Ball. Mikhailuk. Pass to George. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Shibwe. Blocked! Ball looks over the floor. The 3 ball. The shot misses. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hornets out in front, up by 10. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Hornets leading by 10. We've got Colin Sexton. He's out there with James. Knipple out there with Mason Plumlee. And it's Diabate in at the 4 slot. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Outside Sexton. Down low. Howard down after the assist led him to the lane.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Jazz trail by 12. Here's Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. Shot clock at 6. Here's Collier. To the left side wing with his first shot attempt, and he drops that one in.
Well, that's a terrific kick-out pass. When the defense collapses like that on the inside, you've got open people outside.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And the Jazz with possession here. After the basket by Charlotte. Here's Sensabaugh. Check by James. Utah moving the ball around. Pass to Hendricks. Sinks the tray.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
And so it's Sexton who brings up the ball for Charlotte. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Here's Diabate. Here's Knipple. Again, Charlotte.
Bang, bang, as they say. Knipple with the quick release off the catch.
We're about 2 minutes into the 4th here. Here's Collier. Checked by Sexton. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Knipple with the rebound. Knipple's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the paint. The rebound by Filipowski. Jazz trail by 11. Pass to Hendricks. Now here's Filipowski. He's checked by Plumlee. And here's Markkanen. For 3, Collier. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Outside for Sexton. Pass to Knipple. Now here's Plumlee. Covered by Filipowski. Outside Sexton. Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
LaMelo Ball, he's checked in for Plumlee. And a switch here also for Utah. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Filipowski. Jazz trail by 11. Here's Collier. Back to Markkanen. Fires the 3. Oh, the soft touch from Markkanen, the 7-footer.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. Markkanen is a pure shooter.
Now Ball. 4-3. Charlotte again missing. Here's Hendricks. Checked by James. And they're on the run. Pass to Sexton. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yeah, give it to Sexton. He can get up and finish.
Jazz trail by 10. Here's Collier. And Charlotte making a change here. Miller's checked in. Then for Utah, Bailey's checked in for Hendricks. Mikhailuk comes in for Sensabaugh. And it's George in for Collier. Sexton against George. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer. The Hornets pull it in. Diabate's got rebound number 11. Ball passes to Sexton. Here's Knipple. It's guarded by Markkanen. Pass to Miller. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
Yeah, a sign of things to come, hopefully. I mean, once Miller gets going, he is capable of dominating games.
Here's Mikhailuk. And here's Bailey for 3. Offensive rebound, Nurkic. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
He got in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
Ball finds Miller. Back to Ball. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Jazz. Here's Bailey, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Bailey.
Well, look, plays like that are exactly why they find themselves in such a deep hole.
Miles Bridges checked in for Charlotte. And here's Charlotte now. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Pass to Diabate. 3-pointer, Bridges. Charlotte, no good that time either.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Nurkic, a screen on Miller. Utah moving the ball around. George's shot is off.
Might be time for a little different approach. His shot hasn't been falling here in the second half.
Ball left side. Drops in the layup for 2. Ball's got 15 points here in the second half.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
George passes to Nurkic. George against Ball. Lets it fly. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Here's George. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. Pass to Knippel. Takes a three. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 9 assists now tonight.
The defenses have to chase Knippel off the three-point line, or he will just continue torching them from there.
Now here's George. Nurkic a screen on Ball. To the middle. And Nurkic throws it down.
Pretty basketball. George with the perfect feed.
Charlotte leading by 13. Pass to Diabate. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It goes on Keontae George. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw is good. Jazz trail by 14. Pass to Bailey. Markkanen outside. Nurkic a screen on Bridges. Markkanen, the pass to Nurkic. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. On up the court.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Drains the triple. Markkanen's got 6 points in the quarter.
I mean, let me remind you, Markkanen is 7 feet tall. It's incredible how he shoots it so well from deep. He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Down by 15. George, a screen on Miller. Mikhailuk, the pass to George. Markkanen sets a screen. 5 to shoot. Pass to Nurkic. And here's George, hounded by Ball. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. And stolen by Markkanen. George scanning the floor. Here's Mikhailuk. George sets a screen. Back to Markkanen. Fires it. Knippel with the rebound. Knippel's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Bridges. The 10-footer. Nurkic with a rebound. Now George. Bailey. Oh, it doesn't go. Charlotte leading by 15. Outside Miller. Now Ball. Outside Miller from downtown. Rebounded by Markkanen. Utah has gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the 4th. It's good.
Yeah, Bailey's footwork is advanced for a rookie. It allows him to stay in control on the move.
And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. At one point, they led by 16. Now here's Ball. From deep. Oh, it's off. 1:43 left in the 4th quarter. Now Markkanen. Here's Nurkic. Here's Mikhailuk. Rebounded by Miller. They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Ball outside. Takes a three. Nurkic with a rebound. Jazz trail by 13.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Hornets.
Their shot blocking was a huge advantage in this game.
Yeah, I love the excellent defense in the paint. It led to a lot of key stops.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for LaMelo Ball.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
Outside Miller. Now Ball. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Markkanen. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. George drives in. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one. Here's Ball. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
And so it's Charlotte winning this one. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
And that'll do it, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, LaMelo Ball.